The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Shawn.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning.
Shawn, what is happening?
I don't know. Happy Wednesday. It's September. It's the 28th. And the stars are out.
I know. And you know what? If there's going to be a celestial event in Fort McMurray, usually it is cloudy, as it was at 4 o'clock yesterday morning when the best time to see Jupiter was.
Jupiter and all its wings. Rings.
What is
No, Saturn's with the rings, right?
Saturn's with the rings. Jupiter
has
with
the moons.
red stripes.
Stripes, not moons. But still lots of moons.
It could have moons, sure. Like,
Yeah.
you're making
Is
us sound
Jupiter
really uneducated this morning.
Well, that's because we are.
Valid.
Is Jupiter the biggest planet?
Sean, why are you going to ask me these things? Like, you're just piling
I'm pretty
on
sure
the
it is.
answers I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, yesterday was cloudy, and that's the day that everyone was like, oh, yeah, Jupiter's the closest it's been in 60 years. Couldn't see a darn thing, but walking to work this morning, had my head up the whole time, and I was like, hey, that star's pretty bright. Is that Jupiter? And then I looked over to my left a little bit. I was like, well, that one might be brighter over there. Maybe that one's Jupiter. Or maybe it's gone. I don't know.
Okay, I just don't feel like it could have moved that far away from the planet after only 24 hours when it took 70 or so years to get this close to the planet, you know? But then at the same time, people were posting photos at night, the night before last, and it looked like a spotlight in the sky compared to all the other twinkles. So I'm like, I don't think, Shawn, that you were seeing Jupiter this morning.
Okay, well,
It
that's
had to be
lame.
pretty bright. I'm sorry. Maybe we should go up on the roof and look.
Yeah.
What's anybody got some tips? Is Jupiter the biggest planet, and does it have a lot of moons?
Can you still see Jupiter? I think my hot dog journey's coming to an end, Steph.
The 18 times 2 hot dog packs that you got, does that mean that you've eaten all 48 of them?
48. Where's your math going?
18 plus 18 is 48. Johnny.
36. Anyways, continue on.
My math isn't bad. Am I adding the wrong number of hot dogs together? Because 2 18s make 48.
20 plus 20 is 40.
Oh, you're right. My
Take
math
away.
is
Where are you going? Okay. When did I go houseboating? Like August? First week of August or
first
something
week of
like
August. Yeah.
that? Oh my goodness. So I came home with 36 hot dogs.
Really? No way.
Last month, 2 weeks ago or something. I forget when it was. No, when I got home, I was like, all right, this is like my month of eating right here. 18 hot dogs. They're a frozen pack. And throughout a month, I think I ate 18 hot dogs for all of August.
That's a lot of hot dogs.
Oh, it is.
Because
It
I
was.
feel like as an adult, you usually eat hot dogs like maybe twice a summer, maybe once in the winter, and you've had your hot dog fill. But to eat
Yeah.
18 hot dogs in 1 month is too many as an adult to consume.
And to make things even worse, I don't even have a barbecue. So I'm microwaving them. I'm boiling them.
I
I'm
can't
not.
believe you're microwaving hot
Yeah. Okay, so it's not great. It's not great. And then I took all of September off of hot dogs, okay?
Smart man, yep.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. But the other day, I had another frozen 18 pack in my freezer. I was low on groceries. I was lazy. I was tired. I didn't want to go to the grocery store. So he's like, you know what? Back on the train. Let's unthaw 2 of these. Let's get 2 of these out, and let's eat them.
How'd it go?
Horrible. I think I'm tainted by the hot dogs now. I wanted to puke. I took 2.
Really?
I took 2 bites out of the. I warmed up 2 of them. Took 2 bites out of the first one, and I was just like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I've taken a month off of the tube steaks.
And it wasn't long enough.
And it wasn't long enough. I need to wait till next summer, I think. I'm done. I can't do them. So if anyone wants 16 hot dogs,
It's an open package, but it's okay. It's been in the
they're
freezer.
frozen. They're all yours.
We've been talking about the royal family a lot lately, but so has the rest of the world, so it's okay. But Prince George, apparently new book coming out where he said...
What one's Prince George again?
He's like the little 9-year-old kid.
Is a book coming out?
He doesn't have a book coming out. It's a book about the royals. And,
Oh,
and he's
I'm a
featured in it.
9-year-old that wrote a book.
And he got a publishing deal as well because that's who he is. No, he did not. But he is William and Kate's son, and he is heir to the throne as well. Of course, there's King Charles now, then there's Prince William, and then his son, firstborn male,
Wow.
is next in line
Incredible.
after him. So, yeah, okay. Anyway, back to the royal family and Prince George telling these other little girls in his class, my dad will be king, so you better watch out.
What a loser.
You think?
Using his royalty as like if you step the wrong way, my king daddy will take care of you.
Oh, no. He's 9 years old now. He was probably, like 6 or 7 when he said this? It takes like 2 years to get a book published. Like, he was a kid.
Don't like it. I hate it, actually.
Okay, well, it reminded me of like this Articat commercial from the 90s. Do you remember like the Articat snow machines?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, well, there was this commercial where these 2 little boys were fighting. You're like, well, my dad this. Yeah, well, my dad this. And then one of the kids goes, yeah, well, my dad has an Articat. And the other kid just goes, and he just like runs away crying. Because it's like he has no rebuttal. And it's like, yeah, well, my dad's going to be king one day.
Oh, no. This is like the frat bro. Like, my dad's a lawyer and he's going to sue you.
They're children. They're so small.
I hate
liked
it.
Okay.
Earlier in the summer, July maybe, my girlfriend came up for a week and we were house sitting a coworker's place looking after their dog, etc. Had a blast doing it, right? Mm-hmm. Now, my girlfriend's house sitting again, this time for her parents down in Edmonton.
Lucky girl.
And one of the things that we did when we were up here is she's a clean freak. She's a cleanaholic. Go Clean Co. Subscribe, everything, right?
Follow all the recipes and all the tips and tricks.
Yes, 100%. When we were house sitting up here for the coworker, she noticed we were doing some laundry and the washer just hadn't been cleaned. Who cleans their washer?
Right. Well, those front loader ones are a beast all their own as well. Like you shouldn't have to clean a washer the way you have to clean a front loader.
Exactly. And so she was up here for what, 6 days? What is she doing on one of those 6 days? She's like, I'm tackling this. I'm cleaning your coworker's washer. I was like, pardon me?
And she made you go spend like $30 on cleaning supplies so that she could clean it.
She's like, oh, I'll use these at home. No worries. It's not going to be a one-time cost or whatever. Goes and cleans the washer. But now she's staying at her parents' house. She's staying there for a little over 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks or something. She's like, you know what I need to do? I need to clean their washer. I don't think they've cleaned it. I was like, is this just a thing now? Is this what you do?
She might be the washing cleaning bandit. Like maybe she's like, oh, I better go out of town and get a house sitter named Allie so that I can get my washer cleaned.
And it's remarkable. I'm amazed at how dirty washers are. Like on the inside rubber roll, when you open the front loader and then there's the rubber that protects the water from getting out, it's all like moldy and gross and a whole bunch of like lint and everything just piles up in there.
Yeah, I feel like it's a complete design fail. And I mean, if you are a Go Clean Co. follower and fan, she will talk about how disgusting these washers are and how much she hates them because they do. Like, why do you need to have the washer front loader so that all of this rubber seal has to happen and so that you can just have mold swirling around with your clothes? Like, make something better.
Yeah, and the filter that catches all like the coins and stuff and it just gets like dirty after that as well. She was like posting all these videos. I was like, you need to become an ambassador or something. You are doing the Lord's work right now.
Yeah, can you get some free Tide powder laundry detergent and maybe some bleach and hot water as well?
Yeah. And it's another step of why I love her so much because she's like a 10 on the Cleanaholic side and I'm sitting at a 4 or so. So it's just like nice balance right there.
Can we talk about how White Claw Canada has like won the lottery for free promotion this week?
Yeah, the story coming out of Port aux Basques.
Yes, exactly. So obviously extremely devastating times over on the East Coast with Hurricane Fiona hitting the shoreline. And a lady named Crystal Collier, she was in Port aux Basques. She watched from her neighbor's house the hurricane just destroy her house. She watched her fridge float out to sea. And then the next day she goes back. Her fridge is washed up on shore and the only thing left in it, a case of White Claw.
Yeah, I saw this story and a reporter was talking to her and she's like, it's a good day for a drink.
Yeah. And so she's just pictured there next to the rubble of her life with this White Claw. And she's like, oh man, did it taste good? And of course, it's been widely shared. And White Claw tweeted back to her and they said, the true spirit of Newfoundland shines through, an incredible example of resilience and optimism in the wake of a devastating tragedy. We're in touch with Crystal directly and joining Canadians everywhere in supporting Hurricane Fiona relief efforts. Stay safe, everyone. which I love.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But I feel like White Claw better buy her a new house.
You think a new house?
The amount of free positive promotion, you can't pay for that. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if White Claw really needs it, to be honest.
I don't know if they need it, but they got it. So
Yeah.
say thank you to Crystal, White Claw.
I think they could go to Crystal and be like, here's like a lifetime supply of White Claws. I think a house is a little... Because then just the precedent of like how many other people are having White Claw. I don't know.
How many other people got this much widely shared
Yeah.
White Claw publicity?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't think it's setting a precedent. I think it's saying that's the only thing that survived. Thank you for the picture. Here's your new house.
Wow. All right.
I'm putting the request in. I'm telling them.
Yeah, you reach out.
Got a bit of a bedtime routine. Every night I plug my phone in and I put it on the pile of my old phones. So
Sorry, what?
Yeah, my nightstand has 4-phone high pile when I go to bed every night.
They act as like a coaster?
Yeah, the last 3 phones that have, kind of expired and been replaced just sit in the spot that they always sat every night, and then the other one goes on top.
Your drawers are full, or
I don't know.
no
I think
space for them?
it's just kind of, it happened about probably 6 or 7 years ago that first one went there, and that's just where they belong.
All right. Yeah, you teach their own, sure.
But I never really thought about it until last night when I went to put my phone on the pile and I accidentally knocked the pile over, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's 3 phones in this pile.
I was going to say, yeah, like... Have you ever accidentally plugged in the wrong? Like you think you're plugging in your current one, but you plugged in like one from 6 years ago?
No, I haven't done that.
Wake up in the morning, it's not charged. You're like, oh, how could this ever possibly happen with 4 other phones right beside it?
Why did I charge my iPhone 5? But I do discover, that they are just kind of old hard drives of pictures.
Yeah.
Like they just become this little paperweight that if I'm ever like, oh yeah, when did that happen? Oh yeah, I want to look at the pictures from that. And then I'm bewildered at how great I thought the camera was on that old phone versus the one that I hold in my pocket every day.
Yeah.
Like it's just
so true.
I can't post this photo. This photo's garbage. It's blurry. Who's even in that?
Yeah, go back 8 years on Instagram and it's just a grainy photo of who knows what. Back then you're like, oh, this is going to get 12 likes and it's going to be amazing.
So true. It's so true. But they're like, I don't even know who that is in that picture either. What do you do with your old phones?
Mine, well, usually my old phones are broken. I keep my phone for as long as I can. And then once it breaks, then I move on to a new phone. But I still keep them. Kind of like you, they still somewhat work. And they're like hard drives for just maybe old address books or old photos as well.
Yeah, I don't want to pay Google for extra storage. I don't want to pay the cloud for extra storage. You gave me a storage device when I bought the phone,
100%.
and that's where these photos are going to live. We're chatting about what you do with your old phones, and mine sit on my nightstand in a pile of coaster-like hard drives, and Shawn's go in drawers that never to be seen or heard from again. But some other people are actually really benefiting from their old phones. Richie said that he sells it back to the provider after the contract is up, and the last time he did it, he got $600 in credit back towards his new phone, and then he also got Apple Care with it.
Yeah.
And then bought some cases because he had extras of the $600 left over.
That must be a case of the year only being a year old, and then the new one came out. How do you get $600 credit if it's not a brand new phone, you know?
I don't know, but maybe it's one of those fancy, you could sell this for $400 or we'll give you extra because we could sell it for more. I don't know.
Yeah, very interesting. Janice also said that you can donate, or at least she donates some old phones to TELUS, which in turn TELUS completely resets it, donates it to kids aging out of foster care, and then she gets some money off of a new phone.
This is amazing because these are 2 ways to get rid of clutter in the house, which I've never thought of. With mine being coasters, other people saying they usually just pass them down to their kids to use as iPads and things like that. I feel like there are some other options for our phones all of a sudden.
And if you can recycle and reuse, even better. I like it.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.